Hey, good afternoon everyone, TrackMan44 here. This is a pretty good piece of white oak. I intend on making more deck boards for that gooseneck trailer that the deck's all laid up on. Unfortunately, whenever I was preparing this, I don't know if you can see it over here, but right here there's a pretty nasty crack right here off of the end. This is the butt cut here, and part of it pulled out whenever the guys dropped the tree, and it pulled out about 2.5 feet up inside there and ruined the 2.5 foot of this big end of the log. So I went ahead and cut it off, got it all the way down by cutting the trimming the other end off, and then this end here down to 12 foot and 8 inches or thereabouts. And doggone if I still don't have a split right here in the middle. Now I don't know how far up in here that's going to go, which is why I opted to go ahead and roll this thing up vertically, and we're going to go ahead and square it off. The first cut will come off here, then it'll roll 90 degrees, and then we'll take the second cut. Well, the second cut will be over here, and then on and on, but then that should end up where we'll have a cant to where we can cut this away off of it, and instead of at some kind of a weird angle and putting that split across a whole bunch of boards, I'm hoping to keep that split down to just, you know, the center cut boards. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but it does to me. If you notice up here, I've got me a flexible chute on this. Of course, it can't extend all the way down to the ground, because as you lower, of course, it's going to be dragging and be in the way. So hopefully this will make somewhat of a... Now in the old days on the circle mill, when we would have one too big on the head blocks for the two of us to rotate, we always had a chain fall up in the rafters, and we'd use the logdog like this one right here. We would use that to use a chain fall to wrap the chain around it and go ahead and roll that log. I'm going to try to do it right now with the tractor because I can't turn this one here. There you go. Take that and take it through, and then make a loop out of the chain to hook that hook with the loop in the chain. Just set that on that loop, on that hook. You have to pull all the slack out of it.
Now what? Okay. Now what's the rest of the instructions?
You just stand back.
Okay, I can do that.
I'm trying to raise it up, so maybe it'll just slide right around there as this raises up and rolls the log, because I couldn't physically roll the log. Now right here I realized that I was having a little problem with the parts coming in contact with the log, and I should have done what I'm getting ready to do right now. Set the parts horizontally right on top of the log in order to make the roll nice and clean in one movement. So what I did, I just went ahead and dogged the log in place, and then I let her hold the chain, and then I reset the bucket, and then we attached over the bucket like you're going to see here in just a second, and everything went smooth. So it's perfectly up and down?
It is.
Okay.
Just let it drop.
Yeah. That was pretty much the way we rotate them with the chain fall back on the farm.
I was going to say almost Popeye. So cool if it would have worked together.
Yeah, you see what we're doing? Yeah, we're pretty happy with the way that chute kept the dust out of the missus' hair today.
Oh, look at that grain. Now, is that what you call smalting?
No, not really.
Oh, what causes that type of grain in the wood?
The way it's cut, just the way it goes through the saw blade.
Really, the saw blade causes that.
No, well, the angle that the cant or the log is passing through the blade.
Oh, that's too pretty for a trailer.
And what we ended up with was 16 full 2x6s, 12 foot long, and I've got 3 over here that I've got to resaw, the very first ones off of the whenever we were creating the cant. So I've got to resaw those, and those will be probably 2 2x8s and 1 more 2x6. So it'll be at the minimum 19 2x6 by 12 foot long. Wind is blowing in a little bit of rain, and you know what? It's past my supper time. This is Tractor Man 44 and the missus, and we're out of here, guys.